Welcome to this week's mod roundup. There has been a very interesting mix of mods that have been added to the mod hub this week, which is incredibly surprising considering that the next pack actually released on Tuesday. There have been a number of updates to existing mods and some really interesting new mods added to the list as well. So let's have a look at those and see what is up for grabs. First up is a mod I wanted to cover last week, but I couldn't get it to install on my machine via the mod hub at first. This has since been rectified, and I can honestly tell you it is worth that 5-star rating. This is the Allow Mission Work on Finished Missions mod, and it does pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. It allows you to do something that you could do in base game of 22, but for some reason, Giants decided to not allow us to do it in 25. What this mod allows you to do is continue working on a field even after a contract has been completed. This is especially useful if you use it in conjunction with the extra missions mod or the better contracts mod or any mod that allows you to do more than 3 missions at a time, especially with harvesting. It allows you to make sure that you get the maximum amount of yield for the contract you're doing and allows you to completely finish a field for those of us that like a really nice finished product. This mod is something that should have been base game, was base game with 22. Not entirely sure about what Giants were thinking here, but I'm glad that TN4799 has released this mod. It is an absolute godsend. Next up, and beginning the new mods that dropped this week, is the Supply and Transport Contracts mod. What this allows is it gives you new contracts for taking some grain or produce that you already have and delivering it to a specified delivery point, giving you a higher than average pay for that delivery. What it means is it gives you a reason to store your items until the specific contract comes up. Of course, contracts are random and you don't know what you're going to get. They do typically pay you a lot more money for that amount of grain or produce that you would normally have as well. So it's a fantastic way of making some extra cash with your produce. Once you have installed the supply and transport mod, you will see them come up in your contracts here. You will see that if I deliver 24,000 litres of olives to the designated spot, I will actually earn £55,307. This is quite a bit more than what olives are actually normally worth. This makes supply and transport contracts incredibly worthwhile. However, as I don't have any olives, I can't take it. And I do believe that you take a penalty for any produce from the contract. You do take a fine if you are unable to deliver that by the time the contract ends. So do bear that in mind. But this is a really nice mod. And again, if you've got loads of stock that you are waiting or you end up doing your own harvest and you've got productions and you've got leftovers, keeping it with the supply and transport mod just might make you a bit more cash than you first anticipated. Next up, we've got the Tanker Universal Fill mod. What it means is that it allows you to take any of your trailers, whether they're only able to carry water or only able to carry milk, and allow you to carry anything you like in them, from fuel, herbicide, fertilizer, etc. What I was hoping the mod was going to do was allow me to fill my containers on the farm with anything at all, but it's only the tanker trailers that this mod affects. It's still really good though, it's still really awesome to see, and it does make your life on the farm just that little bit easier. Next up, we've got the Lizard Fourtrax 300. This is a brilliant little piece of kit and something that is just honestly fun to have on the farm. Not going to be overly incredibly useful, but I don't care. I want one anyway. It is a quad track and it does indeed have a front loader and a 3-point attacher on the back. It will allow you to do small tasks on the farm. You can change the stickers, colors and wheel design. It is only going to cost you 4,850. It only has 34 horsepower and a maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour and a fuel capacity of a whopping 12 litres. This again is just one of them really fun items to have on the farm. The little Fourtrax 300 is honestly amazing. It has an absolute boatload of customization you can do to it, and it's really not that expensive either. You can change the wheel setup to however you want. You can change the sticker templates, so you can change where they go as well. You can change the body if you so desire, and I really like some of these vinyls that they've got for it. You can have side plastic, and you can change how that looks as well. You've got an air tube on it. You've got the plastic headlights. You can have the foot supports. You can have a winch. You can have an LED bar. And you can change the attachers from standard to a 3-point or a front loader. What's nice is that if you select the front loader option, you keep the 3-point attacher on the back. This allows you to do more jobs on the farm, although you're really not going to be able to push it too hard, I don't think. You can change the main color. You can change the suspension colors. You can change the chassis color. You can change the design color. And you can change the springs. We are going to make this as ugly as possible. You can change the exhaust. You can change the rims as well. And then you can change the license plate. A ton of customization. A really fun little addition to the farm, this one. I really, really like it. Next, we have the diesel production plant. This is going to allow you to take natural resources and make your fuels. This is going to save you a lot of money, especially if you are using something like the Next app, which is incredibly thirsty. It's also going to allow you to make more money, especially if you've got something like the sell all container, where you can then just make it and sell it for a huge amount of profit. It is going to cost you 102,000. It's going to cost you 120 per day to run. It is going to require sunflowers, canola, soybeans, and water. It outputs diesel. It has 100,000 litres capacity for each input, and it has 300,000 litres diesel output capacity. Runs at 48 cycles per month, and again, it's pretty damn useful. It's pretty damn cheap as productions go, and it just gives your farm more versatility. I love seeing all these new production points being added to the game, and hopefully we can see some more productions that use the diesel as well as just using it to fuel your vehicles. The diesel production factory isn't actually all that big at all and allows you to input what you need and take out what you want. It's actually really cool. It looks very, very awesome. And again, it doesn't take up a huge amount of time or effort to put down at only 102,000, and will allow you to make all of your beautiful diesel that you could ever desire. You'll see here that you can make canola diesel, soybean diesel, and sunflower diesel separately. It requires water for each of these recipes, and it takes 1,000 water and 1,000 canola to make 750 diesel. And it is that recipe for all of the different ingredients. So honestly, it is taking your high-end crops. Your soybeans, your sunflowers, and canola do sell incredibly well as both oil and as their original grain. But hopefully, if we have a look at the values of these things and we go down to diesel, we can see that it sells for an insanely high amount. And honestly, it does not seem to take that long or that much to do. The production also does seem to hold quite a lot, as like I said, it does hold 100,000 of each ingoing of the items, and it holds 300,000 litres of the outgoing. This is a really cool little mod, and again, hopefully we see more factories that need diesel to run in order to make things as well. Lastly, this week, we finally get to look at the Lizard Colossus pack. It is one that we have all been eagerly awaiting, especially since the base game root vegetable harvesters are, let's be honest, pretty damn naff. This pack is something that we used in 22 very often on maps like Oberthal, and with the introduction of some 16x maps and 4x maps, these harvesters are going to be absolutely invaluable on your farm. It comes with the Colossus 8000 root harvester, which has a capacity of 45,000 all the way up to 2.5 million litres. You've got the root harvester headers. You've got the root header trailer as well, if you want to carry them about the farm. You've got the Colossus 9000 harvester, which again has 25,000 all the way up to 2.5 million litres. You've got the Titan header for grain headers. You've got the Titan corn header for the corn. You've got the Colossus 6000 forage harvester, 3 forage harvester attachers. You've got the Titan Super Collect. for more forage wagons. You've got the root cart for the auger wagons, which will hold up to 5 million litres. You've got the Titan trailer, which will again hold up to 5 million litres. You've got the Colossus Ultimate Pro bale, which will use your square balers as well. You've got the Quick Mow, which will allow you to mow very fast as well. And then you've got the Lightning Wrap for wrappers to just, again, mow, wrap, and bale incredibly quickly. I am very looking forward to using this machine on my farm. Let me know in those comments down below if you are as excited by this one as I am. The Lizard Colossus pack really does not disappoint. As you can see, it comes with tons of different headers for your root veggies. It comes with tons of different headers for your grain and for your sunflowers. It comes with all of the forage wagon headers and things that you could ever dream of. And it comes with a decent amount of mowers and your sugarcane as well. I like the fact that this one comes with balers and your wrappers just to make that whole process a little bit quicker. And if you don't want to deal with that, you can go with the forage wagons as well. The Lizard Titan trailer has come back, and it is probably going to take out my TARDIS trailer just because some of the root veggie crops especially is going through more than 200,000 in one go. I love this mod, and again, the customization you get with it is just utterly insane. If we take the root veggie here just to show you all that you can do, one, it looks absolutely amazing on 25 graphics, and it looked good on 22 anyway. You can have the capacity all the way up to 2.5 million. The engine setup, you can go to 3,500 horsepowers with a top speed as a result of 242 kilometers per hour. You can change all your wheels. You can change the design from standard to camouflage. I'm not entirely sure I like the camouflage here, but it's a nice option to have. You can have all the way up to 3 beacon lights. You can change the window tint to the special, or the yellow, the orange, or the purple. I think the purple was my favorite on 22. And then obviously you can change your main color as well. Now, if you've got it on your camouflage, you're not going to be able to see that, but you take it back to standard and you can see how that changes the color. Tons of customization options. Tons of functionality on the farms and for your big 16x maps and 4x maps. This is going to be an absolute lifesaver. Honestly, on your base game maps, if you're doing root veggies, this is still going to be a lifesaver. The Roper multi-fruit up till now has been pretty good, but again, the overall capacity of that plus the only 200,000 litres you get with the Lizard TARDIS has been somewhat limiting. I adore this mod. I have been waiting for this mod since day one, and I am so happy that it has come out. So there you have it. That was this week's mod roundup. Some really awesome mods in this week's display. Let me know in those comments down below which one was your favourite, which one you've been waiting for, and which one you think I should have covered but didn't. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, and I will see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.